Hello guys and welcome back to another video. We are going into, we're going straight into a voiceover here. Main reason behind it is the last 3 or 4 videos have been copyrighted due to having music in the background and stuff like that. And if I'm honest with you, when I get copyrighted, I don't get paid. So I got to do what I got to do at the end of the day, and hopefully you guys appreciate that. I want to get paid or get a little bit of pocket money from doing YouTube, you know? So I'm simply going to do a voiceover, so I hope you guys don't mind that. We are at The Cave, which is in Corby in Northamptonshire. Very, very good gym. I was quite surprised when I got there. I got a little bit overwhelmed actually with the amount of kit that they had. They had, you know, crazy amounts of machines here, as you can see, with different variations. Even had a fucking car in the gym. I've never seen anything like that. That's for people who like deadlifting cars and all that kind of powerlifting sort of thing. They also had like the big heavy balls, which people lift up. That sounded quite weird. Loads of power racks as well, as you can see here. Load of hammer strength kits as well, like chest presses and a load of barbells, load of dumbbells. I think dumbbells were up to 100 kilos or something like that, which is pretty mad. But overall, yeah, I was quite overwhelmed. I really was overwhelmed, and the atmosphere was amazing. The gym was like proper old school rusty, which is my type of gym. I love this kind of setup, and it is really motivational just to get my head down and crack on. This is kind of my playground, if that makes sense. First exercise. Now I've seen JP do this. You know, I'm a massive JP fanboy, and I thought, fuck it, I've had to try this. I had to try this movement. Again, the goal with this movement is to strictly isolate the lats here. So what we're trying to initially do is I'm trying to drive my elbows down to my hip area. Again, what a lot of people would do in this position is they'll drive their elbows back, but more think about driving your elbows down. And this is a little part of the set where it got really hard for me. But what I want to advise to you guys is stay on the fucking muscle. What a lot of people do is just move weight from A to B when it gets hard. But what I really want you to try and focus on in your training is actually staying on that muscle and take it to concentric failure. So that was a really good movement. I was really like, I could feel it in my lats after doing that. Deadlifts. Now, AJ hasn't prescribed me deadlifts in my mesocycles, and it's one thing which I really do miss whilst being on prep. I haven't done it since starting prep, and I just wanted to see where I was at in regards to deadlifting. So we managed to pull 160 for 6 and 140 as a back off for 10, and that's all I did. I didn't want to take it any more or any further than that. I stayed away from failure because I don't want to ruin my recovery, especially being on prep. You know, recovery capabilities are going to be diminished to some sort, so I really didn't want to affect that too much. But I was really happy with deadlifts. I was actually lifting more than what I was doing in my surplus, believe it or not. And I don't really deadlift often due to previous like lower back, hip issues, etc. T-bar row. I walked up to this T-bar row and go, fuck me, this looks like a pile of shit. Got on it. One of the best T-bars I've ever used in my life. The goal with this the goal with any chest supported T-bar row is we're driving the elbows back as far as we can, trying to keep our chest on the pad. Really felt that really well. Contractions were perfect, and I want to finish a set knowing exactly where I felt that. I don't want to finish a set and go, actually, George, I felt that more in my biceps than I did in my back. That's not the goal. Pull down variation. Now this is another JP fucking pull down sort of variation he used to do. I really like this. Again, the goal with these lats is we're trying to drive our elbows down to our hips or down to the floor, not back. You see too many people pulling their elbows back. Again, I don't mind a little bit of swinging. I normally try to stay in a locked position, but when it starts fatiguing, I normally do a little bit of swinging, which is okay. You just don't want to necessarily start with a swinging motion. We moved on to this. I don't know what kind of the brand this is, but I think it's Nitro something. A really good seated row. This probably the best one I've ever used. You can twist the handles and stuff like that. Perfect contractions. 2 different rep ranges again, 8 to 10 and 12 to 15. You get stronger in both those rep ranges, you'll see some tissue. Give it time, of course. You need to be doing this shit for a long period of time. But overall, the main compound work was really good. I did mix up what I did, felt fantastic. And it was just a fantastic session. So I'm going to leave the rest of this as some raw clips. Hopefully I don't get copyright. I'll see you in a bit. So that is a fucking sick gym. Sick gym as I try and... What have I done here, you thick shit? come on me. That is a really, really good gym. Really, really happy with that session. I've got like a little niggle. It must be a bit of a tendonitis around my elbow. Really struggling on my left-hand side to do pulling movements at the moment. And what I've been using is, I've been using the Tiger Balm. I've been putting this on about 3-4 times a day. Really good stuff. You get it from any supermarket. But I don't know why I said this right now, but really, really good session. Really happy with that. Really good that the fact that I actually deadlifted. I know AJ hasn't prescribed me deadlifts in my pulling sessions, but I felt up for it for today. I haven't deadlifted in fucking ages, and if it's there, I'm taking it. So yeah, felt really good today. Deadlifting more than what I bloody used to in my surplus, which is funny enough. I don't know why I'm crouching down like this outside the gym, but yeah, I'll be back at this gym very, very soon. This gym, really, really good. If anyone's ever been here, hit me up and we'll hit a session or something like that. But I'm not even sure if I actually locked my car. Fucking hell, state of me, I tell you. So post-workout, for many of you that don't give a fuck, we have 6 of these cheesy rice cakes. Absolutely peng, mate. We also have 100 grams of long grain rice, which is raw weight, and we have 250 grams of cod, which is raw weight as well. Add a little bit of the old famous smoked paprika in there. Oh God, I've totally fucked this up. There we go. Smoked paprika in there. Boom. Good to go. The main reason why I've gone for cod fillets is just mix it up. Chicken was a little bit boring for me, and also you get more volume out of haddock. Cod, it's a little bit more expensive of course, but you get a little bit more volume. And when you're in a deficit, you know, you want to create as much volume in your foods as possible to fill you up a little bit more. More mouthfuls, psychologically up here, you feel like you're going to be eating more. So that's what it's all about. Add a little bit of salt on my meals, big fan of salt, and we're good to go. So that is my post-workout. I'm going to watch a bit of Dragon's Den on YouTube, no idea. And that's still my Mrs. Flowers, which are still looking pretty nice actually. 15 quid. I spent 35 quid on roses on Valentine's Day and they were shit. Deary me, but yeah, pretty. And here is my intra workout. Damn, that's pissed me right off. It's still there. I'm gonna use that, I don't know, in a couple of days or something, but that is really, really fucking annoying, Georgie boy. So the first time in about, I'd say about 2 years, I'm actually having a bath. I'm absolutely fucked. Like, I just want to relax. So what I did is I bought a bloody bath bomb from Boots. Found this in Boots. It's got like, I don't know if it focuses, it's focusing on my dirty skin. Relaxing, deep, and dead. Oh. Okay, so this is a Dead Sea Salt Bath Fizzer, relaxing from West Lab. It contains magnesium and potassium. So I'm going to shove this in the bath right now, see what happens. Probably fuck all my luck. Whoa! I've actually never used a bath bomb in my life. Look at that. So this morning, 157.5, 71.4, lemon stone 3.5. Morning guys, so it is my rest day. I've just made myself a black beverage. I got this plastic cup from Starbucks because what I was doing originally is I was just taking mugs to the old gym. I put it in the car, bringing a mug with me, spinning it left, right and centre. So I thought, why not, whilst in Starbucks, buy this plastic cup for £1 and I can drink my beverage on the way to the gym to do some cardio. Right now I'm currently traveling 15 miles to do 30 minutes on the Stairmaster. Now I know a lot of people are going to tell me and think right now, fuck me George, you could easily change it to something else. You could do this, do that, which I could do, yes. But that's not the plan. Like, my plan on rest days is 30 minutes on the Stairmaster. No bloody excuses. So I'm going to travel however far I need to tick that box off. Very easy just to go, oh, you know what, I'll do the bike for 30 minutes. But the bike versus like a treadmill versus a fucking Stairmaster are all completely different to me. And if the boss tells me you're doing this on your rest day, I'm going to bloody do it, trust me. So I'm going to take this with me, take my Yohimbine. I'm going to give you a review on that as well because I've been taking it for a little while now. I didn't want to give you a review after doing like one bloody, doing it for my first ever time. I wanted to give you a good enough review and tell you whether I recommend it or not. I'm trying to think multitasking, which is not good for me, especially on prep and that. I'm trying to, oh, prep brain man, fuck off. But yeah, on the way to the old gymnasium now. Let's fucking do some cardio. Before I go into the old gymnasium, oh dear, looking ginger here. I have days, you know, where I cannot be bothered. Like right now, going in there, doing 30 minutes on a bloody Stairmaster. Can I really be bothered? Absolutely not. But trust me, these times will very much reward. I do promise you that. Like, if you stay consistent, no matter what your goal is, you know, you're getting bored of your surplus, your deficit, you know, it's getting tiring, it's getting hard, you're getting hungry. This is when it starts rewarding. It will very much reward. And a lot of people ask me, George, how the fuck have you done this? How the fuck have you done that? And it's just very basic. I just tick those boxes, man. I'm not saying I'm anyone special. I'm not saying that this is what I do is exactly going to work for you, because it's definitely not. But you see what I do. You see what I do on a daily basis. You see that I tick the boxes and do simply what's required. So again, put that into practice. You do what is required. If you have to do cardio, get up and do cardio. If you have to do your steps, get in and do your steps. If you have to do anything, if you have to suffer a little bit, unfortunately, with this sport, you can't get away with it. You're gonna have to suffer to a certain extent, or you're gonna have to eat food when you don't want to, whatever it may be. Yeah, just keep your fucking nut down, keep ticking those boxes, and it will very much reward. I promise you that. Just take I took my Yohimbine on the way like 20 minutes ago, so let that kick in. That's what I'm taking, by the way. A lot of people go, where the fuck do you get that from? It's not hard to Google Yohimbine UK, and then it will come up. Use your fucking brain, you thick shits. But anyway, going in the gymnasium, decided to bring an iPad with me so I can watch a few bits and bobs, and also I've got a towel with me, so I'm going to cover up the time, believe it or not, because I can't watch, you know, I look at this and I think, fuck, I look at the time sort of thing, because it's close to the time, so I'm waffling now, and I get in the old gym. So that is 30 minutes done. I still burn about 400 calories on the old Stairmaster. I just like rounding it up. I don't know why I do that. I can't come off the Stairmaster knowing I've done 385 calories. Why not round that up to 400? I feel a little bit better about myself. But Pure Gym in Corby is actually alright. It's actually okay. It's nice and quiet as well. It's still quite busy actually, considering it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, but still. We've got it done. What I'm going to do now is accumulate a little bit of steps. As well as that, I'm going to try and do a little bit of stretching, because that's one thing I never do. I never do, well, I do, that's a lie, I do it, but lately I haven't done it often, and I'm feeling it, so don't neglect your stretching as well. And I'm waffling. Love waffling. Just waffle. Look, a minute of waffling. Fantastic. So I came all the way to Tesco's and I forgot my debit card. Absolute shocker. I ain't got it set up on my phone either. Absolute nightmare. But luckily I've got a little money pot which I keep. It's just basically a plastic cup which I keep in my car, which keeps all the coins and that. So I managed to get a salmon fillet for my first meal, so I don't have to go home to get my debit card to come back and at least have a meal, then come back. But bloody hell. I do it all the time. I just forget my debit card. I really need to set it up my phone. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but yeah, that pissed me right off. Meal number one is looking juicy. We have our finest salmon fillet. I know Jack Thorburn will be proud. And then what we simply do is we just overcook it. Just overcook your salmon fillet and you'll get a nice, well, not a lot of people, but some people don't eat the skin. I absolutely love the skin. It's the best bit about the salmon fillet. So overcook that and it gets really crispy. We've got some egg whites where I put some cumin and smoked paprika, and we also have our asparagus there. Check out my full days of eating in regards to exactly what I'm eating on my rest days in regards to that. And we're watching Brandon Harding. Yay. So I wanted to give you guys a review on the Yohimbine I've been using. I've been using this for, oh God, a couple of weeks now, and I thought I would give you my honest review. Now, to begin with, would I recommend this for individuals that are not competing, or just, would I recommend this for individuals that are just trying to lose a little bit of body fat? Absolutely not. There's no point. Main reason behind it is because you just need to honestly like trust the process of a calorie deficit. So many people just want the quick results. So many people want to implement supplements, but they're not even nailing the basics right. They're not even nailing a calorie deficit. So before you start implementing supplements and fat burners and shit, get yourself into a calorie deficit and trust that process before you start implementing. Because I've had so many people messaging on Instagram saying, where'd you get these from? Would you recommend these? No, if you're competing, absolutely not. There's no point. Just trust the process with your calorie deficit. Now the basics first before you implement supplements like this. I'm nailing the basics first. I'm in a calorie deficit. I'm very much knowledgeable. I'm very much experienced with being in a calorie deficit. The average Joey that hasn't got a clue, goes to the gym 3 times a week, doesn't need this shit. So believe me, if you're one of those, scrap it out the window. What I'm currently using is 10 milligrams of Yohimbine every cardio session. Again, you need to use this fasted with caffeine, otherwise it's not going to work. Very straightforward. I'm not going to go into details of exactly what Yohimbine is, what it does, because I'll be here left, right, and I'll be here, I'm stuttering on words already. I'll be here forever and I'll be stuttering left, right and centre. So I'm not going to go into detail with that. But my honest opinion with Yohimbine, I have found that obviously it's a stim. So what I found obviously whilst I'm doing my cardio is my heart rate is elevated. My heart is pounding through my chest quite dramatically. Now, if you're that individual that doesn't like that kind of feeling, this supplement isn't for you. Sweating, I'm sweating a lot more. I'm a little bit more focused, obviously due to the stims. I'm very focused on what I'm doing. That's pretty much it. There's not much else to it. This isn't going to get you fucking shredded in a couple of weeks, because at the end of the day, if you're in a surplus still and you're using this, what's the fucking point? You're not going to get anywhere with it. So yeah, I've been using this for a few weeks now. Does it help promote my sexual well? It says it helps promote sexual wellness. Absolutely not. Half the time I cannot be bothered to have sex, I'll be honest with you, so that isn't true for me anyway. Supports fat loss. Again, I've dropped a few pounds whilst using this as well, so I have seen a reduction in body weight. But remember, I am in a calorie deficit as well. I'm doing my cardio, I'm training very hard, which are the basic fundamentals before you start implementing your Yohimbine. But so far so good. I really do honestly like this. Like I said, if you're competing, I would definitely potentially, or you have a coach, recommend it to them potentially, or maybe your coach is recommending it to you, I would advise. But if you're just the average Joey that goes to the gym and wants to lose a bit of weight, trust the process with your calorie deficit. So I'm gonna end this video here, guys, because I don't want to make it too long, and my life is boring pretty much. So I sincerely hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please drop a like. Please like if you're new around. Please drop a like, please subscribe if you're new around here, comment down below. Let's comment down below chocolate. There we go, got some 85% Linton's dark chocolate here. Comment down below that if you watched the whole thing. Appreciate everyone on my vlog. I'm just gonna go because I'm fucking thick shit. See you in a bit.